You're inside the Mouse Castle with Tim and Anthony. Visit us at themousecastle.com. Follow the Mouse Castle on Facebook and Inside the MC on Twitter. Inside the Mouse Castle is not affiliated with the Walt Disney Company. Soon, you'll understand why. Here's Tim and Anthony.
Welcome inside the Mouse Castle. I'm Tim Calloway.
I'm Anthony Reynolds. It is January 12th, 2016.
We are your weekly dose of Disney news, information, and commentary. And what have we got coming up today, sir?
The rivers of America are now closed.
Ha ha ha! Oh, sorry.
Disneyland.
Sorry, that was
weird.
I don't
know.
I just felt like doing that. I felt like an outburst.
Is it covered up yet? I haven't even seen any photos.
I doubt it. It takes a little while to drain it.
Okay, so it's still like there?
Yes.
Just can't go in it? That's sad. Why can't you swim in it?
No, even when it's full of water, you don't want to swim in it.
No. Well, some people have, and they died.
I know. There's a scene in RoboCop. It's like right at the beginning where the guy has those toxic chemicals dumped on him, and he starts to dissolve. That's what happens when you jump in the rivers of America.
It's like Toon Dip.
Exactly. Like when that poor little shoe.
What? Oh,
the
God,
shoe.
Yeah.
Isn't that?
Yeah,
oh my
yeah.
God! Isn't that the most distressing scene
in
Roger Rabbit
like
when that
ago.
poor little shoe gets dipped into the dip?
No, the scariest thing of all time is Christopher Lloyd at the end of that movie, going all nuts.
No, that still doesn't bother me as much as the tiny little shoe.
No.
That upsets me. That hurts me deeply.
He gets crushed and flattened, and he comes back up. That is scary shit. That is like, everybody talks about how Willy Wonka and that scary tunnel scarred their life. No. Christopher Lloyd's character just is the worst.
All righty then.
So,
anyway.
I'm very adamant about that. He's scary as shit.
I guess. With that high-pitched voice.
Oh my God. Don't.
No.
Anyway,
Anyway, the rivers of America are now
but we have an
closed.
idea what the river will look like when it reopens. We know who's directing Marvel's Black Panther. I guess that's all next, inside the Mouse Castle.
I guess so.
I guess. So both of us were at Disneyland at separate points this last week.
That's right, because we didn't want to be seen together, because people would talk.
No, because I actually had weekends off.
Yeah, I know. What the
Weird.
hell? Well, actually, I could have been there on the weekend, but it's my girlfriend's birthday, so fair's fair.
Aw.
Yeah, so had to do that.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Was it a good time?
It was. A splendid time was guaranteed for all.
Aw.
Yeah. So say the Beatles.
So say the Beatles.
But yeah, we both got our final rides on the Mark Twain, and really that's all I did. I didn't do the train. I didn't go see Aladdin. I didn't do any of that. But you kind of did the whole Grand Circle tour.
I did, yeah. Ended up meeting up a little bit with the Mice Chat group that was there. So that was kind of fun. Did the canoes. I had never done the canoes before.
Nice. I haven't done the canoes in ages. And I was there middle of last week. So I was there like Tuesday, Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
And in the pouring rain, which was actually kind of fun. So I did ride the Mark Twain in the rain. But because of the rain, Tom Sawyer Island wasn't open. The canoes weren't open. It was nice that it wasn't a real crowded day. But yeah, so Mark Twain was the only thing that I got to ride one last time. Before they shut her down.
No, do you know what really sucks?
What?
The canoes. Oh my God.
You have to work. That's why. You have to paddle it yourself.
I hated it. I'm sitting on this thing. My arm is hurting. I'm just like, I want to be lazy, but I'm right by the guy. So if he sees me being lazy, he's going to point at me and everybody's going to laugh.
Not that we don't already.
No, I know. No, but the other thing was, I had this little bastard kid behind me. And you know how you row a boat, right?
Yes.
They teach
gently
you that
down the
as a
stream.
kid, row your boat. So you know as a kid how to row a damn boat. And we're on this boat, and you put the paddle in.
Just dip the paddle in the water. It's not complicated.
And you pull it towards you, and you go up and you go out. This bastard kid is pushing water forward. The whole right side of me is wet, and it's not warm out. I ended up, I'm sitting there on this boat, this canoe, and like eyeing the oar behind me of this stupid kid. And every time I saw it come near me, I whacked it with mine. Like I just whacked this girl's oar.
You know, before you even said that, I was picturing you doing exactly that.
Yeah, I'm just sitting there going, my God. And I kept giving like the mom like that half turn that you give somebody when they're upsetting you. You know, like, what the hell is your problem? Like that half turn.
Mm-hmm.
And I did that.
The little eyebrow raise, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. And it didn't do anything. So that's when I got physical with the oar.
And bashed the kid over the head with it.
The story proceeding, and that's when I just hit her with whatever. I don't know. But the end of that story could have led to a whole different... Don't just cut that out. That girl was the worst, and I hate it.
I'm so sorry.
I hate the canoes.
Well, did you and you did get to ride the train then, of course.
I did ride the train. That was a lot better than the canoes.
Sounds like it. Now you were there Saturday and Sunday, right?
I was there Saturday and Sunday.
And how were the crowds?
Oh, God, I don't even remember. It was busy.
It's all a blur.
It really was. I was really tired. On Sunday, it seemed to be busier.
Because everyone waits to the last minute. I mean, I was grateful I was there on a Tuesday and Wednesday in the rain. Disneyland in the rain is the best.
It really is. I like it a lot. No, it wasn't that bad. I know it did get busy, though, a little bit because Hyperspace Mountain was up to a 2-hour wait, which was kind of ridiculous.
That is kind of ridiculous. I fast passed it on Tuesday, which was very cool. And after and it was a late. I had gotten there in the middle of the afternoon, and I just went and got my fast pass there, and it was for like 10:30 at night. So I was back there at 10:30 that night, and got off in time to make it across the park to catch most of Fantasmic. So I did get to see it before it finished up. It was like just, I don't know, maybe a quarter of the way through the show, and being a Tuesday night, park wasn't busy. Found a nice location at the Riverbell Terrace and watched from there. And it was very, very nice to give it one last look.
I was with a friend who needs a disability pass, and so we got to do a lot of rides. It was great, and we got the good seating.
You did the Fantasyland tour, didn't you?
Yeah, we did the Fantasyland tour. I actually got to go on Peter Pan. I'd never wait for that one.
Nice. And with the newer effects, they've been out for a little while now. They made some really nice improvements to it.
I always like Peter Pan. I hate waiting for it, though.
Yep. Yeah, I don't believe waiting 45 minutes for a 2-minute ride. I won't do it on principle.
Nope. As much as I love that ride, I rarely ever do it because of that.
Yeah.
I just don't wait in lines.
No. And
if it says 20, maybe.
Now, did you just get tickets or did you get your annual pass again?
Oh, my God. I got my pass.
Yeah. I knew it.
I know.
Resistance is futile.
Well, I mean, if I ended up going a few more times, which I know it's going to happen, I would have been just wasting money just buying regular tickets, so I ponied up.
Good for you. I'm proud.
Really? Good for me?
Good for you. Good for you for dishing out all that extra money.
Man. I just got the deluxe, though.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, that still works. You can still get the deluxe? I didn't think you could get the deluxe anymore.
Nope, deluxe is still around. $5.99.
Interesting.
And thanks to their wonderful deals with the local government, there's no tax on it.
Well, good for you.
Yeah, I know.
So as of now, we got our final rides and our final looks. Big changes coming to that part of the park.
Changes.
Turn and face the strange changes. There's our David Bowie tribute.
God, that was sad.
That was horrible. You know what was really good, off the subject, but talking about David Bowie, I think it was the new site Slate. They went on YouTube or went online and found videos of people who had sang their own version of Space Oddity, and they spliced it all together into one fan tribute to David Bowie. And it was really, really moving. I was stunned at how emotional it was. Anyway,
I'll have to look for that.
Apropos of nothing, I'll send you the link. It's not something that's on YouTube. It's on the Slate website. You can find it through their Facebook page, but it is really, really well done. And you've got some professional singers there. You've got some amateurs, so it's not like everybody is singing with perfect pitch. But it's so genuine and so just so sincere. It's if you find it, you got to see it. It's really, really cool.
Gotta see it.
Yeah. But anyway, they're going to put this Star Wars thing in the back of Disneyland somewhere, and they're going to lop off a section of the Rivers of America. And some people are losing their minds over it.
Ugh, they are just crazy.
They are. But
I'm disappointed. Don't get me wrong.
As I was writing the Mark Twain on
you're gonna say
Wednesday,
something that's gonna make everybody hate you.
Yeah. I was thinking, I was approaching it with a critical eye. And as we're riding around the north side there of the Rivers of America, past the settler's cabin or Mike Fink's cabin, and past the friendly Indians and all of that, I am thinking to myself, yeah, you could probably shorten this up a little bit and not ruin it. I'm on board. I think it can be done. And then, of course, Disney releases on Monday concept art of what the new section is going to look like once it reopens.
But the main version going around is like 3 pixels. It's like there's no resolution on every version I've seen.
I went to the Disneyland, the media site, the press site, and I got the big blown up version.
Nice. Is it on your wall?
It is. It's going to be, because it's really quite spectacular. It looks really, really good, and you can pick out details if you look at the larger format. It does appear that a cabin of some sort is going to be returning on the north end of Tom Sawyer Island. I did see, and realize again, this is concept art. There's nothing here that is binding. Okay. That is absolutely going to be there. One of the things I noticed, they have a rather impressive looking trestle for the train, which is going to go around the backside, which looks terrific. But the thing that, the artist is not going to put it in there for aesthetic reasons, but Disney's going to put in for safety and OSHA reasons, is there's no railing on the trestle. And they're going to put one on there.
Boo.
Yeah. Otherwise, but it looks terrific, and they've got waterfalls back there. There's like a rock tunnel.
Dwayne Johnson tunnel, nice.
Yeah, there you go. That would lead you right
to
into
a restaurant
Toontown,
where you can smell what he's cooking.
But you can't get breakfast there anymore.
No. Oh, that's
not
sad.
at all. And we'll get to that. But I thought the artwork, if it's giving away details that fans and annual pass holders and regular guests of the park are concerned about, it appears that everything that was there before is going to be there again. Disneyland has pretty much said as much, including the canoes. The canoes will be back. It's just going to be a slightly shorter trip around the river.
What a shame.
I'm okay with this because they're going to build something really, really cool behind that called Star Wars Land.
Yeah, but it won't have a boat. Wait, it might actually have a boat.
Yeah.
Did you read that?
It's good. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Who was it? Somebody with Disney or with Imagineering was at the Consumer Electronics Show in Vegas, in my hometown. And they were talking about that, and he hinted at some sort of boat ride.
That was a real thing.
That was.
So I don't know I don't care about a boat ride, really.
It's a Sith world after all.
Oh no. Stuck at that. Nobody wants that.
It just plays over and over again.
Hyper small world.
I like that.
I'd ride that. Oh my god, I'd ride that.
I'd ride the hell out of that.
Star Wars dolls just dancing. They come up with words to the Cantina song.
Aren't there words already to the Cantina song?
Maybe there are.
Didn't you say? I thought it was
some...
you who told me that you found words. There were actually lyrics to that song.
I don't know if I found that out. Maybe I talked about that. I know that style of music is called jizz.
Oh, that's right. Okay, that we did talk about.
That's canon. Okay. That's a real thing.
Yes. You would not make something like that up.
Jizz.
Yep. So. And speaking of Star Wars.
Speaking of Star Wars, John Boyega commenting on the Star Wars Episode 8 script.
Yes. He posted the whole thing online. No.
Posted the whole thing online.
And
you won't believe what Han Solo does. He might return. We don't know.
He might. We don't know.
We don't know if he's coming back.
He could be there.
Probably not. Right?
According to some of the casting notices that have gone around, there has been references made to Han Solo. Just saying. Don't know why. Don't know how he's going to fit into the Episode 8. But John Boyega didn't talk about that. He talked about other stuff.
Do you think Harrison Ford was number one on the call sheet? He had to have been, right?
I don't know. I think where they're going with the story, though, is there's going to be flashbacks, because there has to be an explanation about Kylo Ren's relationship with his family and the falling out he had with Luke Skywalker.
Mm-hmm. This is going to be a whole Maury episode.
Yes.
My son went to the dark side.
And here we have the midichlorian evidence to prove it.
They cut to a scene. It's Darth Vader. You are the father. Oh, hey. On that subject, do you know what really got my goat this time at Disneyland?
What?
So anyway, I'm on this ride. I'm taking a shuttle to the Forest Moon of Endor or some shit. I don't remember what the plot is now. But I was on Star Tours, and I'm on this ride. You know, we're going to go to space. And this guy, Darth Vader, shows up, right? And he wants to get this rebel spy. And the Millennium Falcon's there, and that takes off. And I noticed, weirdly enough, the Millennium Falcon had a round satellite dish on it. So anyway, now I'm on this planet of Jakku, 30 years later. I don't know how that happened. And then Millennium Falcon's back again, because we presumably traveled at the same time, because we were going to the same place, and here we are, and it has a whole different satellite dish on it. And John Boyega shows up, and it is a weird thing, and I don't understand the plot anymore.
That's just trippy. That really is. And if you look, there is video out there that J.J. Abrams had posted that if you look carefully at the underside of the Millennium Falcon, and I am not making this up, you will find the Batmobile.
Didn't he do that on Star Tours? Not Star Tours.
He did that as kind of a
Star Trek
in advance. No, he did that. Well, he did that in advance of Star Wars, of the Force Awakens.
Oh wait, that was a story a while ago.
But if you search for it, it's on YouTube. That it was a little joke, a little ha-ha funny joke that J.J. Abrams did. And, you know, it zooms in on location where they're filming scenes of the Millennium Falcon, and the camera goes underneath the ship, and there is a Batmobile embedded in the bottom of the Millennium Falcon.
September 18th, 2014.
There you go.
That's when that story came out. I knew that was a while back. That's crazy. He should put a Star Tours logo somewhere in there.
I think so. So you think the Batmobile is canon?
I think so.
It needs to be.
It has to be now.
Yeah. So anyway, I guess John Boyega says that Star Wars VIII, he's seen the script. It's very good. Of course, he's going to say that because they're paying him, but he says it's a much darker story. Unless
he just did like a Shia LaBeouf and just started shit-talking it.
It could be. It could be.
It's terrible. Ugh.
Just do it.
Oh, this article on movieweb.com, I guess, is a website.
Yeah, I guess
I've never heard of this one. But anyway, no, they mentioned, and this is one of my favorite things, kind of a cult following character from Force Awakens is the stormtrooper that yells, "Traitor."
Yeah.
and he's TR8R.
Yes.
And I love that because that guy was really badass.
Yes. Even though he's dead now, but that's okay.
Origin story, man.
That's true. That's true. And Disney it was either, I don't know if it was the studio or whether it was like J.J. Abrams himself. They did come out with the name, the official name, because, you know, TR8R was a fan designated name. And so he's got an FN designation like Finn did.
I don't care.
Officially. You don't care. He's
No.
traitor. Yeah.
TR8R.
I like that. Yeah. And fans are never going to let that go.
This is a Star Wars podcast now, in
It
case
is.
nobody noticed.
It is. It is. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and Star Wars Force Awakens is now the #1 film at the box office all time in the U.S.
Hey,
it
suck
beat
it, Cameron.
Avatar. So Ellison caught up with it worldwide. And there is a lot of speculation as to whether it will actually do that or not. I'm rooting for it.
Of course I'm rooting for it.
But for the time being, at least, it's #1 in the U.S. And I just saw, just totally, just as an aside, that it's like #4 all time in Germany right now.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's good.
very good.
So, some guy that Sylvester Stallone apparently can't remember.
The guy who directed his film.
Yes. Ryan Coogler is going to be directing Marvel's Black Panther.
That was interesting.
Did you watch the Golden Globes?
I did.
I didn't.
I
was at Disneyland.
I so horribly miss Tina Fey and Amy Poehler. I like Ricky Gervais, and Ricky Gervais does what Ricky Gervais does. But after 2 years of Tina and Amy, I'm done with Ricky Gervais.
I don't know. That moment he had with Mel Gibson.
Awkward.
Oh my god. Like, Mel Gibson made this face, and I have seen people make this face. And that means they are not happy. They are smiling, but they're not happy.
Oh, Matt Damon was not happy with him at all because
I didn't even see that part.
because Ricky Gervais really bashed Ben Affleck in introducing Matt Damon. Yeah, I think something to the effect of Matt Damon was the only person that Ben Affleck hadn't cheated on. Yeah, that didn't play well.
That's funny. I like Ricky Gervais. I can't believe they brought him back, though.
Yeah, I think this may be it for him, because I think even he towed a few lines. And I'm not easily offended by stuff, but I just kept thinking, wow, you really said that? You really went there?
Makes me respect CBS. Was it CBS that did it?
Well, it was on NBC.
NBC, wow.
He did get off a great line about NBC, though. He said the great thing about the Golden Globes on NBC is that they can be entirely neutral because NBC didn't get a single nomination in the Golden Globes, and they didn't.
Oh, my God.
Now, that was...
I love digging on NBC,
Yes,
especially when it's on NBC.
It's so easy. But I guess when Sylvester Stallone was won for Best Supporting Actor for Creed, directed by Ryan Coogler, he managed to forget to thank his director and his co-star.
Titular Creed.
Yeah, in the movie. And that didn't go over too well. But in Stallone's defense, after they'd already cut the commercial, he realized his error. He came back out on stage. So for people who were actually in the theater, in the ballroom, they did hear him thank the parties involved.
And they said it was the highlight of the night.
Yes, it was. Actually, it was. I was very happy that he had won. But anyway, that said, Ryan Coogler, who directed Creed, is going to direct Black Panther for Marvel.
So I didn't see Creed. I didn't even know that was out.
It's been out for a while, and I have not seen it yet. Yeah, it came out. Goodness,
I have never seen
late
Rocky,
November, early
honestly.
December, something like that. It's
Oh,
been
really?
out a while.
Jeez.
You need to go to the movies more, sir.
I do, and every time I go, I end up seeing Star Wars.
That's true. I know. Well, Thursday, the Academy Award nominations are coming out, 5:30 in the morning.
I
They're
ain't getting up for that.
going to announce it. That's okay. You can read about it on the mousecastle.com because I'll post it on there. But also at the Golden Globes, Inside Out
The Ricky Martin story.
won for Best Animated Feature Film, and Pete Docter accepted the award. And that was very cool. And it's highly likely that it will be nominated for an Oscar.
It's going to win the Oscar. Everybody knows it's going to win the Oscar.
Yeah.
What's going to win? The Peanuts movie? Come on.
Actually, one movie that I'm really curious about, and I can't compare it yet, but I need to see it first, is Anomalisa, which is the stop motion one that's written and directed by Charlie Kaufman, who always does interesting stuff. He's never done animation before, but he's done some interesting movies. So I mean, obviously Inside Out is my favorite right now. I love that movie, but I really want to see Anomalisa before I make a decision on.
Oh no, it's probably going to deserve to win, honestly, but it's not going to. It's going to be Inside Out.
It is.
It's always going to be Inside Out.
Actually, Frozen is going to win this year.
What if The Good Dinosaur won? Oh, I bet those people behind that movie, I'll be like in their face over at Inside Out.
Okay, now The Good Dinosaur is not a bad movie.
I didn't see it.
It's just not the best. It was mildly entertaining.
Did you see The Martian?
I did not.
Because I'm wondering why it was in the musical and comedies
that
category.
That has been a subject of debate for a while.
Okay.
Yes, it makes no sense.
That is strange.
We're going to strand Matt Damon on a distant planet where he could die, but it's the feel-good laugh riot of the season.
God, that's weird.
I'm not getting that. I think that's all movie politicking. So I have no idea, but it did win.
But good, I guess.
Yeah. And so did The Revenant.
I can tell you right now, I am never going to see that movie, probably.
I'm going to see it because I feel an obligation to see the big movie nominees. And I think it's Leonardo's year. He's finally going to get his Oscar this year.
Yeah, probably. He deserved it before, though.
For what?
I don't know.
For something.
For something. I mean, you can't go on the internet without somebody pointing out that the scene in Django Unchained, which he probably really should have won the Oscar that year, where he smashed his hand on the glass and he just kept going. Oh my God, the internet loves that story. You know what else the internet loves? The story that Steve Buscemi was a volunteer firefighter on 9/11.
Oh, that's always a good story.
You always see these people like, oh, I just found this out. No, yeah.
Yeah, it's been around. Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, I mean, so good luck to Inside Out and good luck to Pete Docter and everyone at Pixar. And, we'll see how that goes. But the Oscar...
I don't even think it's too early. Congratulations on your Academy Award.
Yes. Actually, I'm going to name drop because, I like doing that. I actually have Pete Docter's email address, and I did send him a congratulatory email.
He just sent you a photo of a middle finger.
No, he sent me back a very short reply that said, "Thanks, Tim."
Oh,
yeah. It's like, yeah, we're like buddies. Yeah.
No.
And I'm honoring the restraining order. It's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm keeping my distance. I'm just emailing him every time Inside Out wins something. I email
every time. That's a lot.
Every time. So anyway, speaking of other things that go on in the Bay Area besides Pixar, over at the Walt Disney Family Museum, they're getting ready to open a new exhibit about the art of Mel Shaw. And Mel Shaw was a longtime artist at Disney. And the thing I love about this story is, do you know how he met Walt Disney?
I certainly do not.
He met Walt Disney on a polo field in Southern California because Walt Disney was a polo player and Mel Shaw was an artist who liked to draw the horses.
Oh.
So anyway, he ended up working at the Walt Disney Studio for a number of years. He worked on movies like Fantasia and Dumbo and Bambi. He worked on the Wind in the Willows segment and the adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad.
Ichabod.
Ichabod. That's like, you could short that down and just call it iPod.
Ichabod.
Ichabod. But anyway, he had a pretty active career after he left Disney. He did animation at the MGM studios. He did artwork for Little Golden Books. He actually helped redesign and this is something that people of a certain age remember. He helped redesign the puppet Howdy Doody for the TV show of the same name.
Howdy doody.
Yeah, how about that? But anyway, the Walt Disney Family Museum is doing a retrospective of Mel Shaw's work, and that's actually curated by, dropping another name, former guest on the Mouse Castle Lounge, Don Hahn is the curator of this. And this is going to open up on January 13th, and it's going to run through September 12th in the theater gallery. So it's in the smaller gallery downstairs at the museum. But I'm hoping to get out there pretty soon and take a look at it. And Mel Shaw was just an amazing artist, and I'm kind of looking forward to seeing his work.
That's neat.
That is just neato. And I'm going to
is.
pressure you again to go to the frickin' museum.
I'll get there someday. I'll get there
Someday.
someday. I'll get there.
Okay. Someday. Some way.
And that will do it for this edition of Inside the Mouse Castle. Don't forget to visit us at themousecastle.com, on Facebook at facebook.com/themousecastle, and on Twitter at InsideTheMC.
And we are also on Instagram, Tumblr, and Pinterest, and you can subscribe to us on iTunes, Stitcher, and SoundCloud. And this week I'm going back to Disneyland because I just can't get enough. I want to go back now that everything's closed.
That's weird.
That's very weird. Actually, this weekend I am running in the Star Wars half marathon.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
So I am really looking forward to that. And you know, they made some changes to the dress code, which has a few people bent out of shape. They've really put some more severe restrictions in the interest of safety and security on the types of costumes that adults can wear. So you can't wear anything that's really loose fitting that you could conceal some dangerous implement. So you can't wear like a Jedi robe. Lightsabers are out of the question. You can't wear a full mask, which I don't think you ever really could, but they've kind of reemphasized that. So they've really, and you can't wear the really elaborate, bulky costumes. Like people have gone all out and gone a little crazy and like dressed up like as BB-8 or TIE fighters or things like that. Those are pretty much done away with as well. And it wouldn't be so bad though if Run Disney had announced it a little bit more in advance. I mean, they just announced this like last week.
Oh, that's no time at all.
Yeah, well, so people were doing elaborate costumes. They kind of got screwed.
Oh, well, they got Halloween coming up in 9 months.
Yeah, there you go.
More like 10.
Something like that, but you still can't wear it at Disneyland.
No. Hopefully your friends will think it's cool.
Yes, that's very true. So anyway, yeah, I'm just running the half marathon. I'm not doing any other events, but I will be wearing my Mouse Castle Lounge t-shirt. So if you see me out there running through Disneyland and California Adventure in the streets of Anaheim, wave, say hello, do something like that.
Flip me off,
whatever, however the spirit moves you.
It's all welcome.
It is. And with that, we will catch you next time on Inside the Mouse Castle.
See ya.